Voyager is like 7 seasons of this woman terrorizing the Delta Quadrant.
And I love it. And I love her. She is
I have
truly a war
never
criminal.
seen someone try to make the right decision and do horribly wrong so consistently.
Welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Nerd. In this episode, we are discussing nerdy hot takes. We'll see where the conversation goes and if you hate us by the end of this episode. So let's get right into it. I'm your dorky DJ, Corey Winter. Joining me here for this discussion, we got my fiance, Cynthia.
That's me.
Taylor. My brother, Josh Winter. That's you.
Why did you emphasize her last name so hard?
Because I almost called her Cynthia Winter, which is not her currently.
Not yet.
Legal names only.
And then we got our friend over there, Christian James.
Family friend.
That feels backhandy a little bit.
Yeah.
We got our friend over there.
It's okay, remember, Christian and I are best friends now.
And filling the empty seat, Christian.
All right, so yeah, in this episode, we're discussing nerdy hot takes. So just off the cuff, we're going to be discussing things in any nerdy pop culture fandom that we think we disagree on the fandom as a whole with. So this might be something that pisses you off, and that's kind of the idea, because we're going to be making some shorts out of this. So some shorts. But before we get into it, please, if you have not already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@eatsleepnerd. Click the like on this video. Go watch the rest of our videos. Click likes on those as well. Let us know what your nerdy hot takes are in the comments below. And if you're on the go, please listen to our podcast, Eat Sleep Nerd. Anywhere listen to podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify.
We're coming for you, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Get ready to experience this.
Yes. All right, to kick us off,
You tried.
Josh,
I did.
since you are the guy in the chair that goes viral with its nerdy hot takes.
I do, on accident.
Real.
Guy Gardner sucks. Which I did not feel like was a hot take.
All right, so to kick us off, let's just do something generic. So
Sure.
what is your nerdy hot take for movies?
One takes suck.
Okay, so why?
Because it's got... So to me, like the fundamental point of a movie is to not take you out of it, right? It's supposed to be like an experience. We've gotten to the point where it feels like every movie, and even TV shows now, like the new season of Severance opened with a big one take. But like it's gone from a neat thing that's supposed to pull you in further. Because like the one that comes to my mind was from Children of Men with Clive Owen way back, like 2008 or something. And they did a few of them.
Yeah.
And it was really, really, really cool because like they were pretty long one takes. They were like 8 to 10 minutes long. And it was really great because it added to the immersion, right? It was handheld cameras. It was usually during an action scene. Like it was really cool, and it brought you in. It made you feel like you were there. Now we've gotten to the point where it's so expected that they feel like they have to keep one-upping themselves in order to keep doing these things. And now it's just gotten to the point where it's so ridiculous and over the top that you start thinking about how they did it instead of just experiencing what you're supposed to be watching. So it's actually having the opposite effect, and it's taking you out of it. Severance being the case in point. Like you can tell they had to do some tomfoolery to make that work, and it doesn't look real. Which, I mean, that's kind of a surreal show anyway. But I wasn't thinking about him having his crisis. I was thinking about, well, how did you do that?
Yeah.
The walls aren't real. Like that's the only way you can make that happen. Like I start thinking of it as a show instead of watching the show.
Yeah.
Another really good example to me is like OG Daredevil.
I was gonna say Daredevil's kind of like the show in the MCU that
did the one takes, and like that was really, really cool. The hallway fight, right? Yeah. If you say hallway fight, any nerd knows what you're talking about. You don't even have to say the show. The hallway fight, Daredevil, right? That was a good oneer. The new Daredevil show, I think it was the first episode, starts off
first scene actually.
Yeah, starts off with a oneer, and it is so digitally stitched together that it's distracting. And it did, like I said, it did the exact opposite. I quit feeling like I was in the bar and started feeling okay, so that's not even a real guy.
You started watching the show instead of experiencing the story.
Correct.
Yeah.
So please stop doing one takes. Take all the time and effort and prep and money that you would have done to do a one take and write a better show.
Oof.
Okay, so like there are all...
And I say that as someone who's enjoying I started watching Daredevil.
Okay, cool.
And that's what prompted this hot take.
Yeah.
But like, and I say that as someone who's overall enjoying it. But like, yeah, like there's a few times, and they do it a lot on that show so far. From what I say, I think I'm on episode 3. But at least once an episode now, they have a long take, but it doesn't feel like a long take. It feels like a digitally strung together series of takes.
Yeah.
And it's just tell the friggin' story.
So I'm thinking of some other one takes that kind of stand out. More recent ones being the John Wick 4 one take. Was that?
John Wick has pretty good one takes.
Okay.
I like it. But again, like, I would argue the entire John Wick franchise is about making you go, how did they do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's the point of the violence, is that it's over the top and kind of a technical marvel.
Okay.
Because those movies are good about using effects to make things that you wouldn't have been able to do 20 years ago in an action movie work.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be ridiculous.
Okay. Other MCU one take that I can think of, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 had the hallway fight scene, ironically, which wasn't a long one take, but it was
a one take.
It was a whole fight scene that was done really well as a one take.
Yeah.
Was that too much?
It wasn't too much. It was fine. But I remember even being in the movie theater thinking, one take.
Yeah.
There's the one take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what it felt like. So again, like, it didn't ruin it for me. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is still a great movie. And from a technical standpoint, that was a heck of a thing.
Yeah.
But also 98% of that movie is CG.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Like, that kind of gives it leeway because I know it's all fake.
Yeah.
But still, like, I remember consciously thinking, there's the one take.
Well, like, I know the one that's like the most impressive to me of all time was in Mr. Robot. Did you guys ever watch that show?
I did not watch Mr. Robot.
So there was one episode, I think it maybe season 3, season 4. It's been a while since I've watched it, where the entire episode, which is an hour-long show, was a one take.
Yeah.
And like there were definitely some spots where you could tell that's
sure. Yeah. Like there's no way. Yeah. There's no way they actually did it as a one take. Yeah.
Like it was like a whole like the episode it takes place in a skyscraper and like he's breaking into the skyscraper. It's been a while since I've watched it, but like it was impressive because they were going from floor to floor and
like you can push the thing so far that you quit thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like
oh no.
Like
I definitely thought about it.
Like well no, but I mean like it becomes kind of the gimmick of the thing. The movie with Michael Keaton, Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
That whole movie was a one take.
Oh, 1917?
1917.
It was a one take.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. And again, I mean like it can be a neat gimmick. I would still rather just have a very well-made movie.
Yeah.
Like we've been watching movies for 100 years now. We understand how cameras work. Just tell a story. Please just tell a story.
Sure. All right.
If I need a one take, I'll go to Broadway. Like it's fine.
Well, yeah.
So anyway, just I don't know.
Just stop.
I'm if we have to narrow down my gripe, quit using a one take as an excuse to not have other things.
Okay.
Don't try to just skate by on a technical trick.
Okay.
Especially since we know they're tricks now.
Okay. All right. Love it.
No one takes.
All right, Christian, you kind of told us what yours was ahead of time. And we were all just like, whoa. So we have to talk about it. Christian, what is your hot take?
I will start off by saying, don't care. I'm sick of hearing about One Piece.
Oof.
I try. So the big thing for me, I've come to realize.
I love when he rubs his head like this is probably going to get me in trouble.
I've come to realize like the animation style has changed the entire run of its.
Well, it's been on for like 40 years.
Yeah. So obviously it's going to be a little bit different, but like any other show, there people are always like, "Oh, just get past the first season, it'd be cool."
Sure.
But when there's already over 1,000 episodes,
yeah,
and you start off with the animation that they have, I'm too old for that. It's fine.
I don't have enough time left.
If you enjoy that, all good. Not for me. It's dumb. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Like, because then people are always just like, man, it's such a great show, but then this. If it's a great show, there's no buts.
Yeah.
Don't give me any buts. And then talk about like the next big thing that's going to happen, and now this is it, and now the show's going to end.
Is it?
Yeah, I heard there's an ending coming up.
Well, I mean, 1,000 episodes is a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Some might argue we could have tightened that up a little bit.
We have that perfect example from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
You spend 700 episodes charging up.
Goku held that spirit bomb so long.
So long. I get they were alien. But anyway, One Piece.
My arms would have been tired.
To be
Just holding
fair,
them up.
watch the live action One Piece. All good. That one was cool.
Yeah, it was 8 episodes.
It was 8 episodes. But
yeah, to confirm your thing, it was announced that they are preparing for the 25th anniversary of the show and the final saga of the show, set to begin with the release of chapter 1054. So
they can still crank out like another 100 episodes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It does sound like they're concluding it. So
same thing with Grey's Anatomy. Why?
How is Grey's Anatomy? How
Why
does
is
she
that
still
show
have her
still on?
license?
Is it still on?
It is
It's
still
still
going.
Okay, I binge watched. I don't even remember how much Grey's Anatomy one summer in college. Like I must have binged like 6 seasons.
She's literally Grey now.
Literally Grey.
That's
and
how
then
long
I
it's been on.
stopped, and then I was like, "Oh, I only had like 3 seasons left." That was a decade ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so old now that people go to that show to retire from acting.
Oof.
Oh,
Yikes.
Oof.
Anyway,
wow.
that's my hot take.
okay, well,
Maybe the,
I
hottest,
really almost
maybe
had
the
2.
hottest take is that One Piece is just like Grey's Anatomy.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Love it.
I wish Britt was here to argue with you about that one.
I mean,
I think she
I would
left.
allow the argument,
You somehow would have been set on fire through the script.
but I would not be swayed.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty hot.
Fair.
Sweetheart,
It's me.
I have to ask you, since your nerdy fandom, probably your more favorite nerdy fandom is Doctor Who,
Mm-hmm.
which we don't really talk about that much in the show, but we all love it. We
I'll
love
change
Doctor
that. Don't worry.
Who. Okay. Who is your favorite? We're talking about favorite Doctor or least favorite Doctor? Favorite Doctor?
Favorite.
Okay. Who is your favorite Doctor?
See, I don't think I can answer the question of favorite, but I think I can answer the question of best.
Ooh.
I don't know. Favorite and best don't.
They're not necessarily
go
the same.
together.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get it.
And the
Best
answer might
is
be the
hottest.
same for both. Okay. If
Well,
you
okay,
ask
let's clarify. So let's say, what do you think the general population's favorite Doctor is?
David
David
Tennant,
Tennant.
10th Doctor.
Okay. So
Zero, hands down. Like, Matt Smith was my first Doctor. The first episode I ever saw was the night that Matt Smith's second episode premiered, the one with the star whale. And I was like, whoa, this is super cool. And right after that episode, his first episode came on, the very first one with little Amy Pond and The 11th Hour. That's what it's called. So I went back. I was in 8th grade. Just gave away my age. I was in 8th grade when that happened. And then I went back and I watched all of it. And like, Christopher Eccleston did a great job as the 9th Doctor. We had to start the show, starting it back up in 2005. Like, you needed a doctor. The writing was not the strongest, but he did a good job acting. His Doctor was solid. It was very like in flux, just character wise, as they restarted the show.
Plus,
And
I think their budget was like $5,000 an episode.
It was like 15 cents. And then you get
Pounds.
David Tennant. And like, that is quintessential Doctor Who. It doesn't matter when you started watching it. It doesn't matter when you come in. It doesn't matter if you watch the old season or the new or both.
He is the whoiest Doctor.
He is
Yes.
the Doctor. And Peter Capaldi as the 12th Doctor is my favorite. Maybe.
Wait,
He
you arguing your own hot take?
Yes. Because I don't think that's the nature of the show, right? Like, you fall so in love with one iteration of the Doctor, or even specifically one iteration of the Doctor with one specific companion, like that dynamic that they have. Like, best companion with David Tennant,
Donna.
obviously.
Oh, well, there's my hot take. I hate Donna. I cannot stand Donna.
Catherine Tate is gonna come haunt you in the middle of the night. Like, she's very much alive. She's gonna come haunt you.
I
Not
don't even
Catherine
care.
Tate. Donna Noble is gonna come haunt you.
I don't even care. I'm perfectly fine that her mind
So
got
who is
wiped.
the best with David? I haven't even gotten to my hot take. Who's the best? Who's the best companion with 10?
I like David Tennant when he's solo.
Oh.
True. I mean, honestly, yeah. But
Like,
as far as companion going, I
Yeah.
agree, Donna.
no, Donna sucks. Donna sucks. She's annoying.
Okay, so there's your hot take. I guess my hot take is like, yes, David Tennant is fantastic. Matt Smith, love him. The character development and the actual portrayal of the character of the Doctor, the depth of it, like the deepest it ever got was with Peter Capaldi. Because that was such like,
He's so Scottish.
well, there's that part. Yeah, how can you not be deep and broody
He's so Scottish.
if
You
you're
can't help it.
Scottish?
Yeah.
But like, maybe it's because it was Stephen Moffat's last season writing. Like, it
Just
wasn't
gave it his all.
But it wasn't even like the storylines were fantastic for all of most of Peter Capaldi's episodes. But like, overall, better storylines, better arcs with Matt Smith and David Tennant. But there was something about the depth of the character. Like, you
He
finally
felt like a real character.
yeah, because I mean, like with David Tennant's iteration of the 10th Doctor, he's still very much putting on the show of like, yeah, I literally was a war criminal. Like, I killed all of these people. This happened, but I'm
Just
happy-go-lucky.
like Janeway.
Everything's great. Just like Janeway. Man, you really hate me. But still very like chipper, and then every so often you get this dark and brooding character, and then he's back and he's the 10th Doctor, and then you get Matt Smith and like, oh, he's this wee little baby and he's all happy and bubbly and jumping around, and then you get this brooding character, and then we're back, and then you get to Peter Capaldi, who is still very much like that goofy grandpa vibe.
Yeah.
That
Get it?
goofy Scottish grandpa vibe, but also at a base level was like, I told Corey the other day, I feel like all 3 of Peter Capaldi's seasons were atonement.
That's fair.
Like, finally.
Yeah.
You've gotten out of just,
I don't disagree with
here's the goofy cover up, that's why it's not really a hot take, because like, I'm right.
you. I'm factually right.
Like, it was just, there was a layer that was peeled back of the, let's cover up this literal trauma in this 2,000-year-old alien's life. Let's peel back that layer and just show some of it. Like, my favorite episode of Doctor Who is whatever season, 10? It's called Heaven Sent. It's the one where he is trapped in his own confession dial, like going around this castle, and the thing from his own nightmares is chasing him, and he has to confess things and basically just atone, as he does for 3 seasons, to get out of this confession dial. And he spends like 4.5 billion years chipping away at this thing that's like harder than diamond to get back to the TARDIS to get out, when he could just confess these things and get out, but he had to do it the hard way because he was atoning for his own failures, for his own choices and actions, which you haven't seen more than like a few select episodes, a few plot points throughout all of the other seasons and all the other iterations of the Doctor. You've just seen tiny little bits and pieces of that darker side coming through. And then with Peter Capaldi, it was like, here's 3 seasons of all the crap I did wrong, and I feel bad about it, and I'm gonna go through it and then move on. And like, they wrapped it up so nicely, like, fantastic. And also, the 12 and Clara companion friendship dynamic cannot be beaten. There is no better dynamic. There is no better Doctor companion dynamic than Clara and 12.
What about Matt Smith and Karen Gillan?
Awesome.
Not better. though.
Love it. Not better than Clara and 12.
Mm.
Clara should have died.
Woof.
She was annoying.
Wow.
Consistently thought she was more important than she was.
Well, that's a hot take.
I
too.
agree.
Right.
And that's what adds to that dynamic that makes it so good. Because it's finally like you've got old Scottish grandpa and some little lady that just is absolutely putting him in his place. Because like, he deserved it.
So, my Doctor is Matt Smith, but I do love David Tennant just because he
How
was
can you not?
so fun. But I do agree. As far as like just the perfect Doctor, Peter Capaldi kind of nails it because, like, when you think about Doctor Who, you think old, crotchety, weird man.
He
And
nailed
that's
that.
what he is.
Yeah.
Like, because like David Tennant and Matt Smith were significantly younger for the role than
Mhm.
past Doctors. So they finally
Yeah.
got back to that.
That was
old
their whole
man.
thing. Yeah.
They finally got back to that old man Doctor with Peter Capaldi, and I think he just nailed that part.
Yeah.
So with that, I do agree with you. I think
Mhm.
he's like, as far as modern day Doctors, he might be the best.
I also just this is about to be such a bad sentence. I love it when characters suffer.
Well,
because like it adds so much depth. Like you can only have a character get so happy. You can only build so much of a character with only good things.
Yeah.
And throughout all of the Doctor Who lore, you know that like there's some bad crap underneath there. Like the whole Time War, the entire reason he left Gallifrey, all of this stuff, like you know there's a deep dark side that they have intentionally and used as a plot point hidden for all these seasons of New Who. Like they have hidden it. They've hinted at it and been like, yeah, but then I did this thing. And then they go to some other happy or mildly not happy, but it comes back around sort of plot point. But like they really just dove in and like dug into the here's all the bad stuff I did. And I think it added so much needed depth to an already deep character. I don't know. They finally showed the darker side and they did it in such a good way with such a good actor to portray it.
Yeah. Plus it gave us one of the, his Doctor gave us one of the best memes ever, which is it depends on the context. So it's just like, is 7 a lot? Depends on the context. Dwarves? No. Failed audits at the Pentagon? Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Not so much a hot take, but
it's really not.
I'll
but like,
accept it.
It's a hot take in the way of you go up to anybody and say, "Hey, who is the best Doctor?"
They will say their
all
favorite.
Gonna say David Tennant.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
I get it.
A lot of people also say like their favorite Doctor is their first Doctor, just that's the one that they connect with. But that was not your first Doctor.
No, Matt Smith was my first Doctor.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I love, like, don't get me wrong, I love Matt Smith's Doctor. It can be said for every iteration of New Who. It can be said like, yeah, it wasn't all sunshine and daisies and roses. Like they all had their dark moments, especially as we get into the end of Matt Smith's timeline. Yeah, leading up to Peter Capaldi, where they went like full send. But I don't know. There were some deep and broody moments with David Tennant, but it was deep and broody moments that happened like within those specific plot arcs, not his history. That's what it is. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for his history and all the dark moments within that, not just the dark moments they've created over 2 or 3 seasons.
Okay. We all agree after David Tennant's third return, though, it was pretty much trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Grand Theft Auto 5 sucks.
Whoa.
Wow.
Who asked you? Oh, hey, Corey, what's your hot take?
Yeah, that's No, so I've thought so. It's been out for a while, like what, a decade now, a little bit over a decade.
3 console generations. Yes.
Yeah, it came out in, actually, I have it pulled up. Came out in 2013.
Holy cow!
Over a decade now. It's been released on 3 different generations of consoles, and since it's been out, like since the day it released, I thought it sucked. And granted, this is the second best selling game of all time. Like
Skyrim is
over
first.
210 million copies sold in the past decade. It sucks. And this is coming from a guy who literally, like, Grand Theft Auto, the series as a whole, kind of cemented my status as a video game lover. It actually, in a weird way, started my path down creating websites for a living. And so there's the fact that Grand Theft Auto holds such a special place in my heart.
Hold on.
Grand Theft Auto 5 sucks.
Like
Hold
GTA, if we ever do your nerdy origin story,
Yeah.
GTA is like
It is literally his
the
origins.
foundation of you.
How did you get from Grand Theft Auto to making websites?
Oh,
So-
wait until you hear this.
So I'll give you the crash course because I'll say the rest for my nerdy origin story. If I
Right.
do it. But the idea is that when we were way too young to play it, Josh got Grand Theft Auto 3 from Movie Gallery as a rental. Back when it came out, like in 2001. Like it was a relatively new game. I don't think we got it like when it first came out, but it was like shortly after that. I don't even know if Josh remembers this. But I didn't play it. I just watched him play it. And then GTA Vice City came out the year later, so 2002. And that's when I actually started playing it for myself. Yet again, way too young for it. I was in elementary school. But I loved that you could explore this entire city, find all these hidden things, drive a car anywhere you want to go. And so I spent so much time playing this game and like finding all these little hidden things that in the early days of the internet, I found myself browsing all these fan sites for Grand Theft Auto. And like this was back before like we had the big game spots and IGNs and all that fun stuff. It's like you relied a lot on fan sites to get your guides and tips and tricks and cheat codes and stuff. And so I was like, man, I love reading all this stuff. I want to play this game so hard that I make my own fan site. So I made my own fan site for Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Then San Andreas came out 2 years later. And I was like, man, I'm going to start making my own guides for GTA San Andreas. So like I started getting into all the nitty gritty because that was a huge game. And so one thing led to another. I started making the websites more than I was actually playing the games. And then that kind of led to me making like video game websites for other video games. That's what sent me to UNA to actually like pursue a career as website developer because I liked making websites so much. And bada bing, bada boom, here we are. So Grand Theft Auto has a foundation in why I make websites.
And then Grand Theft Auto 5 sucked.
So GTA 4 is one of the best games ever made. It was so detailed, like just the littlest things. They spent so much time into detailing, like even like Red Dead Redemption 2, that was made by Rockstar Games as well. Like an example that a lot of people are familiar with is that when it gets cold in the game, the horse's testicles actually like shrink up. But when it gets hot, they actually dangle down. Like that's how detailed Rockstar got with Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm not sure I want my video games that detailed.
Like, but see, like that's the kind of like it was so small. Like if you weren't looking for it, you weren't going to see it.
I wouldn't be looking for it.
I wonder how many days that specific facet of the gameplay and the animation and the programming took because somebody got paid
to animate balls.
To animate horse balls.
Yes.
And
then someone went on the internet and was like, hey, did you see the balls drop?
Watch it be the person that actually put that in and animated
I know, right?
Go on to a site and be like, y'all need to look at the horse nuts.
But like that same kind of detail was in GTA 4 as well, which came out back in 2008. And like just like the physics with damage on vehicles, the physics with taking damage to your person by being shot, stuff like that. All of that was taken away in GTA 4 or GTA 5. Like GTA 5 lacks so much detail that previous games by Rockstar Games had. Plus, it was more cartoony. Like the animation style was more cartoony than their other games. And so just the fact that they kind of dumbed down GTA 5 to be a little bit more general audience friendly kind of sucks. Because like this is a series of games that is like meant to be realistic and detailed. And GTA 5 just kind of threw that all out the window to make it a quick buck. So,
I mean, it wasn't a quick buck.
Quick few $1 million.
Well. Yeah.
So, that's my nerdy hot take. GTA Online especially ruined GTA. So, it sucks. Hate it.
Ooh.
I have gone back to play the GTA games. I have not gone back to play GTA 5.
Wow.
Yeah. GTA 5 sucks.
So, I guess you're not excited for 6.
I am. Because it's actually kind of showing that they're actually probably going back to the detail of it all.
Okay, yeah.
So I have my hopes.
It's taken 37 years to get GTA 6.
That's what's kind of giving me hope. The fact that they've spent a decade making it might be okay. So,
okay.
I'm just waiting for Red Dead 3.
Yeah.
I think it's the superior game.
Wait, what?
Like, I think Red Dead is the superior franchise to Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, yeah. I'd agree with that.
Like, it's just better.
Yeah.
In pretty much every way.
Yeah. Josh.
Yeah.
Since you're wearing a Star Trek hoodie.
Sure.
What's the Star Wars hot take?
I think the Empire's right.
Okay, hold on.
Wow.
Is this going to get political?
No, I don't think so. You can make anything political.
Okay, expand.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Palpatine's like a great guy, but he's in charge of holding together dozens upon dozens, if not hundreds or thousands of planets. And I just feel like the rebellion's just kind of being a little pissy about it. And I think, okay, no, like my real answer is I really do believe that the entire franchise is told from the rebellion's point of view. And that in a lot of ways, I wonder, and this is getting meta with it, I wonder how much of it is propaganda. You know, like it goes back to the whole, as humans, we have a desire to root for the underdog. Like that's just what we want to do every single time.
So you're rooting for the Empire?
No, I'm rooting for the people who should probably be in charge. The people who have an established system of commerce, trade, law, order, and then you've got a group of people over here who just feel like whining.
Okay. So we're just ignoring the force choking and
the planet destroying.
and
we took out a group of rebels. Okay. And I just feel like history is full of putting down dissenters. And in fact, the only difference between a revolution and a rebellion is who wins. All right. If we hadn't won the American Revolution, it would be the American Rebellion. And generally speaking, rebellions are not considered good things. They usually buck law and order. Also, again, going back to the propaganda thing, like we're told that the Empire has like huge slave trade and so that you never see any of it. Where is it?
I can't say you're wrong. But
I know you can't. It's one of those things where it's like the longer you watch it, you're like, hold on now. One of the biggest planets in the rebellion is Tatooine. Is that a place you want to go to? Kind of looked like it was full of low-down people to me. Like maybe they needed some law and order to come through there. Maybe they needed a firm hand to guide them back to the path of righteousness.
I'm
were
too
they
scared to say anything.
or were they low down because they were made to be low down?
It's literally a hive of scum and villainy. And those are the good guys.
And then you have the thing about like the product of your environment.
I think it would be a better environment if the Empire took hold of it. They could bring medicine and technology and everything else. You know what else? Along the exact same lines, in Invincible, I know you've seen all of Invincible so far. I think the Viltrumites would probably be a good thing for Earth. They would bring advanced technology, perfect law and order. Everyone would know exactly what they're supposed to do at any given time.
Then there's the whole like the weak just.
I mean, from an evolutionary standpoint.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Okay, Josh, got another follow-up for you. Was Thanos right?
Yeah, okay. I really do think he was. I mean, okay, so going on that one, like people have argued because that became a meme. Thanos was right. Yeah. And then the scientific rebuttal to that was, well, if he evenly wiped out everything, that means all the resources also went away. I would retort to that by saying everyone who survived such an event would literally change their line of thinking to be more conservational and to be more aware of the resources they're using. You get what I'm saying? Disaster breeds evolution. So even if the direct action of Thanos snapping his fingers technically didn't make anything better, everyone who survived that would be more conscious of their decisions moving forward. Thanos was factually correct from both a technical and philosophical standpoint.
I'm not smart enough to retort.
I don't necessarily think the Shire would be worse off under Sauron.
Explain.
I think mostly he's just moving for a redistribution of wealth and resources. Have you seen Mordor? It's not going well.
Okay.
I surely Cynthia has a Star Trek hot take. You have to have something.
My Star Trek hot take is based only in nostalgia and not in fact.
Those are the best hot takes.
No,
I don't.
but
I
my
want
hot
nothing
take-
to do with factual hot takes.
My hot take is wrong. Like,
That's
it
the
is-
best hot take. You're building it up so much.
It's because I'm ignoring all the parts that I don't like.
Thus, hot take.
It's wrong.
This is a very American hot take. Go.
I love Catherine Janeway.
Oh yeah, no, she's a war criminal.
See, there's no way I can argue. Like, you are correct.
I know I'm correct. There is no way she should be in charge of anything.
I love her so much.
I wouldn't.
Not the war crimes. I do not love the war crimes.
I don't think she should be in charge of the cafeteria in the prison she should be in. Which is
Didn't
a
that
deep
happen
cut for those who
didn't that happen in
Orange is the New Black. Yeah.
Guess what I haven't seen?
Orange is the New Black.
Correct, and I still know stuff.
It's okay for like the first
It's
season.
the only reason I can be on this
It got
show.
really preachy after that.
Janeway.
Anyway, I love Janeway, but it's just because I watched Star Trek Voyager for the first time when I was in 7th grade.
It was your first Star Trek, wasn't it?
No, okay, it was the first Star Trek that I sat down and watched start to finish. I grew
Okay.
up with Next Gen in the background on the TV in the living room 23 out of 24 hours of the day. Not really, but
As one should.
like if the TV was just on and we were moving about the house, it was Next Gen
Okay.
that was on. So like I saw bits and pieces, but I didn't know start to finish storyline. Here's the arc. Here's what happens.
Sure.
I watched Voyager start to finish. And like, I love her because from just a nostalgic point of view, she was really the first, like, you're going to disagree with this, but just the first super strong female lead character I had ever seen. And 7th
I mean,
grade
I'll accept
Cynthia
that. That's
was
fine.
like, you are everything. You are everything to me. And
That haircut.
like,
No, not the haircut.
no.
The haircut was unflattering.
yeah. It was,
Chakotay should have been in charge of the ship.
well, sometimes, yeah.
No, most of the time.
Yeah. But like, see, I can't argue with you because you're right
The vast majority of the
about
time.
my hot take being wrong. But
I've never argued so hard for a mutiny in my entire life.
yeah, the show would have been
Better. Shorter. He would have gotten him
shorter.
home.
It would have been one season and they would have had to stretch it. Like they would have gotten home. But
Oh, hey, here's the 85th person who says they can get us home. I'm just going to give them what they want.
Yeah.
So we can go home.
anyway,
Instead of somehow not doing that and also committing a war crime.
like, okay, I'm
Literally no one wins. Voyager is like 7 seasons of this woman terrorizing the Delta Quadrant.
and I love it. And I love her. She is
I have
actually a war
Never
criminal.
seen someone try to make the right decision and do horribly wrong so consistently.
Yeah. You need to
She's not evil. She's just not good at being good.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I agree. She's not evil. She's just not good at being good.
Ah.
It can't be a hot take because I don't agree with it. It's just I loved that character so much and it was such a role model to me. I would like it to go on record. I am not a war criminal. I did not take that much influence from Catherine Janeway, but I did love the character. And when I was 12 watching it, I did just ignore all the war crimes. And I just picked out the pieces I liked because
Yeah.
I was 12. And so now going back and rewatching it as an adult, I look at it and I'm like,
Yikes.
ooh, no.
My favorite. My favorite because they make fun of it on the lower decks is when on the lower decks they have a couple of characters who end up merged together in a transporter accident. And they're just like, wait, this happened on the Voyager while they were gone. Let's just see what they did. I mean, it's not like she just straight up murdered the guy.
She straight up murdered Tuvix.
And then they're flipping through
Dead.
the TAD and she goes, oh my God, they straight up murdered that guy.
Yeah, no, straight up murdered.
He's sitting there saying, I don't want to die. She said,
Sucks for you.
Well,
Oh, abomination. Goodbye. Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah. See, I didn't internalize that when I was 12.
No.
I was like, yes, of course. I'm sure this is the right decision. I'm sure they'll write this out
She-
somehow. Nah, kill this dude. Goodbye.
Ooh. So we've talked about the Oscars before.
Oscar
Anyone have a-
snubs.
Anyone have a Oscar hot take?
We actually kind of already talked about this, ironically, in this episode. 1917, the one take.
Yes.
Sam Mendes got robbed of the Best Director Oscar. How do you not win an Oscar for a 2-hour-long one take in World War II?
Was it World War II? Or
World War I.
The Great War.
Yes. He got snubbed.
Yeah, that movie slapped.
Yeah. And he did not get so when we started doing the Oscar predictions episodes every year, it's because back in whenever this movie came out, let me see. 2019, the year that Oscars, well, I guess it was in 2020. I got all of the Oscar predictions right except for 2 categories. And I think it was like one international category that I got wrong just because I didn't know what it was. And then the best directing. I put Sam Mendes as the winner for best directing. And he lost.
Who did get it?
It was Bong Joon-ho for Parasite.
Ah,
Hmm.
Yes.
Mm.
But Sam Mendes was nominated for it, but he did lost. He
So, like-
did lost.
he did lost.
Done did lost.
It's not like it was given to a poorly directed movie. and,
It
like,
was a
totally-
good
like,
movie,
it
sure.
was
Fine. Whatever.
It's about a guy who wants a house. Get over it.
But there's like messaging underneath.
but was directed well. It
So
It's literally called
1917
The Great War.
nominated for 10 different awards, won 3 of them. It was nominated for Best Directing. It won Best Cinematography, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Visual Effects. Lost Best Director. This was a 2-hour-long movie that was a one-shot with explosions and people dying in tanks and planes and trench warfare. One shot. Lost Best Directing.
maybe he only had to do one thing. Be like, here's what I want. Action. Just kidding. That sounds like he was robbed.
Any final thoughts? Any final hot tea?
Christopher Nolan's hit or miss.
Okay.
What was that movie? Tenet?
Tenet was weird.
Yeah, you can miss me with that one. That was awful.
Oppenheimer was okay.
It was a talkie. But like it was a good talkie.
It was
But now he's making the
Odyssey.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch it. He hits more than he misses. But I hate people who are just like, Christopher Nolan's never made a bad movie. He makes visually appealing movies. He's kind of in the same category as Zack Snyder, honestly. Like, if I go to see either one of their movies, I know it's going to be gorgeous.
Right.
Doesn't mean it's good.
And it'll be breathtaking. But for both of those people, there are plot points that you could drive a friggin' truck through. How did Bruce Wayne get back to Gotham?
And Rises?
Yes.
Bicycle.
Bad bicycle.
Batsicle.
Bicycle.
Swam. I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's plot point. Also, time is of the essence, but he has time to paint a giant bat signal on the
I
bridge.
just saw that recently.
No, Alfred did that.
That's how he knew they were cool again.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in. If you have another hot take, please let us know what it is
no,
in the comments. And if you have not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@EatSleepNerd. Click the like on this video. Go watch the rest of our videos. Click likes on those. Well, please share us with your friends and family over on social media. That goes a long way into supporting this channel. And hey, little shout out here. If you're going to be at this year's Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo here in Huntsville, Alabama, we'll be there too all weekend long. The entire gang will be there. So check us out. If you have some cosplay, we'll interview you. All that fun stuff. So thank you for tuning in. Any final thoughts?
Also, why didn't Captain Marvel just take the glove from Peter and snap her fingers?
She could probably take it.
Yeah. If there was one person in that instance that could probably snap her fingers, be Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Why didn't I?
Hey. Let's not give it to Superman. Okay?
Right.
Let's make sure Robin snaps his fingers. I think that'll be good.
Also,
Aquaman.
on top of that, the instances where Doctor Strange said there's only one chance of this happening, he went back on his word about if he was protecting the time stone, he would kill Tony or everybody else. He killed Tony.
I think it's about when he killed Tony.
Yeah.
I'm
saying. Anyway, Captain Marvel just snapped it.
I do like that meme where it's the picture of Doctor Strange doing the one like that while he's holding back the water. He's just like, what if he was trying to say, just wait a second?
Yeah, right.
I'll be right with you.
Wait, hold on. It's like, oh man, it worked though.
That would go back to there's at least two ways to.
I miscounted Tony. Sorry. Oh God.
You know, should have watched like two more.
All right, I want one word from each of you guys. Let's see if this works.
Eat.
Sleep.
Nerd.
Take it easy, people. Nailed it.